What's going on? It's your boy Miles Cunningham. Shout out to Lucario. Shout out to all the supporters. Shout out to everybody on the Bad Boy membership. Shout out to all the people that copped the Game Kings documentary. Shout out to everybody that's soaking up that valuable game right now. You know what I'm saying? Peace to you guys. Thanks for the support. Thanks for your purchase. And thanks for respecting the game. Thanks for respecting what we tried to do with that documentary. You understand? As far as making a definition for game, as far as even coming out with a documentary on game. There is no other documentary like it. You understand what I'm saying? So shout out to everybody that's supporting that movement. And, you know, we're going to continue to do this thing. All right. So what I want to talk about today real quick is four ways to make cold approach easier. Because, you know, obviously we got a lot of guys that are in this debate. You know, it's like they rather do online dating, they rather do social media, they rather wait for choosing signals, and they don't want to do cold approach because either they feel like they're validating the chick by stepping to her, or they're scared of rejection, or it's too much work, or they feel like they're just doing too much. You understand what I'm saying? We get it. I get it. You understand? But here are four ways to make it easier if you are the type of guy that's willing to put in the work to do cold approach. If you're willing to understand the real-time value of cold approach, all right? So number one is to have a type. Have a type of female that you like. You understand what I'm saying? For me, for example, I like chocolate black women with natural hair and fat asses. That's my type. You understand? When I see a chick like that, I have no problem approaching. You understand? And that's the reason why you need to have a type. Because when you see your type, it's like, yo, like, I just gotta say something. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, I'm not thinking, I'm not worried, I'm not worried about nothing. I'm not, there's no anxieties, there's no problems. I'm gonna go say something to her. Like the other day I was in Whole Foods and I saw this bad joint with natural hair. She was chocolate skin, she had the fatty, and she was wearing this nice dress. And that's another thing that I like, feminine women wearing dresses, things like that. But I didn't even realize, but before I knew it, we was in a conversation. You understand what I'm saying? And I got her to follow me on Instagram and all that type of stuff. And we was just chilling, talking, and it was cool, but she was busy and she was talking all this shit. And the vibe didn't go exactly where I wanted it to go, but I got her to follow me on Instagram. So I got that little connection. But she's in Atlanta and all this other shit. So it just didn't go exactly where I wanted it to go. However, the cold approach was successful. You understand? We had a good exchange. Everything was cool. And it was just a dope exchange. But the point I'm trying to make is having a type gives you a certain level of comfortability, right? And not necessarily talking about the girl, right? But talking about you and what you like. Right? Because when you like something, it just makes it easier for you to respond, for you to react, for you to get into the situation. A lot of time guys is like, oh, I don't know what to say and blah 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 blah. But it's like when you have a type of chick that you like and it's comfortable for you, it's automatic. Just like how as soon as I saw her, the first thing I said was, yo, your hair is beautiful. And honestly, when I said that, I wasn't even saying it to her directly. I just said it out loud because she was my type. I got excited, I got attracted, and I said it out loud. And then she heard me. And then she said, oh, thank you. And then the conversation started from there. You understand? Like, she was actually walking past. She had already walked past me. And I said, wow, your hair is so beautiful. And when she heard me, she turned around and she was like, oh, wow, thank you. And then the conversation just rolled on from there. You get what I'm saying? So that's what I mean when I say having a type kind of helps. Now, if you're a guy who every girl is your type, then you're in a good place. You understand what I'm saying? If you're the type of guy that every girl is your type, you have some guys out there, they don't give a fuck. As long as she's female and she's attractive, it's go time. It's go time. And shout out to those dudes. You understand? Me, on the other hand, I need a little bit more. I need a little bit more specific. Like I said, I do the natural hair. The skin gotta be caramel or chocolate. I like black chicks with fat asses. Like, that's what I like. You know what I'm saying? Especially if they're wearing like a dress and they're a bit more on the feminine side. I'm a man of a certain age, so I'm cool with the the old-fashioned feminine, that little bit of that kind of like that feminine feel. You understand what I'm saying? But then you got some guys who every girl is their type, so they're willing to just they could cold approach all day with no problem, even if it doesn't. And usually, even if it's not super successful, at least it's a good interaction. You understand why? Because every girl is their type. Now, what you could do is you can work on making every girl your type, so cold approach becomes easy for you. You understand? Because you can see something attractive about that female and use that to build on your attraction to make the cold approach happen quickly. When you approach women that are your type, it makes the conversation easy. You understand? Because you can literally just be honest and be like, yo, I just love, because that's what I did. Like I said, hey, your hair is beautiful. I love women with natural hair. You understand? And we started talking about that and this, that, and the third, and the conversation just flowed. So when somebody's your type, the conversation is easy. The ability to relate to them becomes very, very easy. You understand? And that's why having a type is important when it comes to cold approaching. The second thing that you can do to make cold approach easy is to find yourself in environments that make you comfortable. You understand? Like, for example, if you're a dude that works out all the time, maybe you're a personal trainer, maybe you just love working out, then your place of comfort is the gym. So don't be afraid to holler at chicks at the gym if that's your place of comfort, right? If you're the type of guy, you love bars, you like to drink, or you're fascinated by different types of drinks or whatever, bars is your place. If you love clubs, you love the club, you love, to get the bottle service, you like to stunt, you got your jewelry on, you got your new fit, and you just love, and the music, you love to dance, the club might be your spot, right? If you're a museum guy, you go to the museum, you go to art exhibits, holla at girls at the art exhibits. You understand? If you love to do pool and billiards, and you just love that scene with games, and you like to throw darts, or you like to throw axe. There's a lot of new bars coming up that there's axe throwing. You understand? So that's a new thing coming up. If that makes you comfortable, then holler at girls in that environment. You understand? If you're if you love going to school, you got some guys who not only are they a student, but they love actually learning. They love going to school. They love talking about books and lesson plans and all this type of shit. If you're that type of guy, holla at girls at school. You understand? What it is find yourself in environments that make you comfortable. When you're comfortable, you're at your most confident space mentally. So when you actually begin to talk to the girl, you already begin talking about things that things that you're confident in talking about. So it makes you seem, but you're actually more confident when you speak. So when you speak, you come off as confident. So she's looking at you like, oh, this guy's pretty confident. He knows what he's talking about, and he's pretty serious. And then when you say, after you finish with the small talk, and you say, hey, you're pretty cool. Let's hang out on Friday. When are you free? Boom. That comes off as casual, confident, and as a matter of factly, instead of you looking thirsty and all of those other things that happen when we cold approach in situations in which we're not confident. You understand? So that's the second thing about making cold approach easier for you and more effective for you. Approach women in environments that make you comfortable. You understand? That are familiar to you, that give you a certain level of confidence, because when you begin talking, you'll know what you're talking about, and you'll come off with that confident energy that will carry everything out and make you more successful and more effective in your approaches. Now, the third thing is don't approach women because you think other people might think they're hot. You understand what I'm saying? I think it's a big problem out there. I think a lot of guys, we approach girls due to pressure of what we think other guys might think of the girl that we're about to approach. You understand? When the truth is, that girl is not really for us. That's why I talked about the first reason, which is having your own type, right? It's what it is you don't want to put pressure on yourself to approach the girl who you don't actually like, or who you don't actually think is attractive based on your requirements of attractiveness and beauty. You understand? A lot of times what we do is we think to ourselves, oh, that girl has a fatty. Oh, that girl is cute. Oh, that girl looks like Kim Kardashian. Oh, that girl looks like this. That girl looks like that. Let me approach her, because if I can get her, I can impress my friends. That's what you don't want to do. That's what you don't want to do. You don't want to do anything solely to impress anyone. What you're trying to do is acquire something for yourself. You understand? You have to be a little bit more selfish in that way. You have to be a little bit more selfish, where it's like, look, let me look at that girl. Am I attracted to her? Okay, I'm attracted to her. I'm going to go talk to her. You understand? Not because your friend is like, yo, I dare you to go get that girl's number. And then you go talk to her, and then it's an awkward experience because she looks nice, You know, on paper, she looks great. In theory, she's attractive, but she's not the type of girl for you. For example, like me, it's like, look, you got a whole bunch of girls out here, you know, they're sexy, you know, they look like Instagram models, they got fatties, they're pretty, and that's cool. And they are attractive, right? On paper, in theory. But what did I say my type was? My type is natural hair, chocolate skin, fat ass. You understand? As long as the ass and the titties is bigger than the gut, I'm straight. You understand what I'm saying? But that's me. Like I said, I'm a man of a certain age, and it helps if she's wearing a dress. But again, that's me understanding who I am and giving myself a level of confidence within the situation. You understand what I'm saying? So don't put any pressure on yourself to holler at a chick or cold approach a chick just because you think she's attractive to another man. You understand what I'm saying? So keep it honest, keep it real, and do what's right for you. All right. And now, the fourth thing you could do to make your cold approaches a little bit more effective is to find one thing, at least one thing, that is congruent with your values when it comes to attractiveness. You understand what I'm saying? So like I said before, if a chick is wearing a dress, she doesn't necessarily have to have natural hair, and she doesn't have to be chocolate skin. You understand what I'm saying? But if she's wearing a dress, that's a good starting point. So I can still kick my game to her and you know, talk about the femininity and tell her how much I like her dress and be confident in that, because that's where I can build a level of comfortability and a level of confidence in the conversation when I make my approach. You get what I'm saying? So always try to find at least one thing. If you can't find one thing that you can relate to when it comes to that girl, then my advice is to leave it alone. You understand? 9 times out of 10, your cold approach won't be as effective. Unless, you know, sometimes you could get lucky and the conversation will go the right way depending on how it flows, and you could still have a successful interaction on your cold approach. I'm not saying that's impossible, but what I am saying is that I think you should find at least one thing that gives you a little familiarity and comfortability, so when you open your mouth to talk, you sound confident, you sound comfortable, and you sound like you know who you are first of all. Once you have an idea of who you are, that's when you can express yourself to the female during the cold approach that will give you that confident, you know, that confident look, that confident feel that will make her attracted to you. You understand what I'm saying? So that's the fourth thing. Always find at least one thing. Like, for example, like, you know, if you're a dog person, you love dogs, right? And you're walking down the street, you see a girl walking her dog, because you have a knowledge of dogs, because you've probably owned a dog before, because you know what dogs are like, because you're not afraid to come up and pet her dog, that makes you stand out from other guys. Like some guys, they're definitely afraid of canines. You get what I'm saying? So where you could come up to her and say, oh my God, your dog is so cute, can I pet him? And then you kneel down and you pet him. You say, oh my God, you're so cute, blah, 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 blah. And then she's like, oh wow, he's relating to my dog in a good way. This guy's kind of, you know, he's a cool guy, he's kind of cute, blah, blah, blah. And that's when you can fall into the situation. You understand? Because reason why I say that is because it's not every time you can be in an environment where you're the most comfortable, and it's not every time where you could be in a situation where all the chicks that are at the place that you're at are your type. You understand? And those are reasons 1 and 2. It's not all the times where you can make that happen. Sometimes when you see a chick, you have to take a step back, observe her for just a second, and try to find at least one thing that's congruent with your value system. And when I say your value system, meaning your value system of attractiveness. You understand? Because see, like we tell you guys all the time, messing with women, approaching women, dealing with women is not about women. It's about you. So if you can't see yourself in the situation, then you shouldn't be in that situation. And that's why a lot of times I feel cold approaches doesn't work for guys, because they're trying to fit themselves in a situation that's not for them. You understand? But with these 4 things, I think you'll be more able to fit yourself in the situation. So where I said you'll be able to come off knowledgeable, comfortable, confident. You understand? And when you come off that way, that will lead to attractiveness, because you being comfortable with yourself, that makes you confident. And once you're confident, usually that's all a female needs to be willing to say yes when you ask her, hey, when are you free? We should hang out. You seem pretty cool. I love your dog. I love your taste in, I love your dog. I love your taste in, hairstyle. I love the fact that you're wearing a dress. I love your femininity. You seem pretty cool. Let's hang out. When are you free? You get what I'm saying? So those 4 things, let's run them down again. So number 1, try to have a type. So when you see your type, go get it. Number two, find those women in those environments that make you comfortable. You understand? Number three, never approach a girl based on the attractiveness value system of another guy or your friends or someone else. You understand? Only approach a woman based on the value system of your attractiveness. Okay, that's number three. Number four is to always try to find at least one thing congruent with your identity, with your character as a man before you make your approach. Why? Because you want to have something to relate to. All right? So, it's your boy, Miles Cunningham, and I hope you guys are having a great day, man. And I just want to say the truth is inside you. Peace.
Click the link below or go straight to MrLocario.com to get the documentary Game Kings, The Definition of Game.